Paused it.
There was nothing X-rated about our banter.
No,
So how do I know when to start?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
All right, so you're live and streaming, and I'm now going to make you the host.
All right, but we still have 2 minutes.
Yeah, but you now have control.
Okay. There's something at the bottom that says pause or stop recording. Is that what I do at the end? Or is that do that on live? I'll figure it out. And then you're inviting me back for 6:45.
Yeah. Yeah, on the top of your screen where it says live, if you click, you can stop the stream.
Good.
I will see you at 6:45.
6:45. I'll be there. Well, it's 5:30 on the third Friday of the month, and that means it's Tot Shabbat time. And I know I don't look anything like Rabbi Gorban. She always says Tot Shabbat, and she has so much fun with you. I actually watched her on a YouTube, what she did last month. But you know something? She had a baby. She had a baby boy, and that boy's name is Yuval Shalev. It's a Hebrew name. Yuval Shalev. It's a great name. You could try to say it with your moms and dads. Say Yuval. Yuval Shalev. And if you want to know the meaning behind it, well, when Rabbi Gorban gets back, he'll be able to talk to her about that. So I'd like to start out the way we always start out Tot Shabbat, which was with Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom, and you can clap, you can dance, because you're not on the pulpit. You don't have to worry about not moving around at all. So here we go. Bim bam bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, chiri biri biri bim, bam bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Jimmy, bibby, bibby, bim. Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bim. Let's do that again. Shabbat shalom. Hey, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Catch up with me. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, chiri biri biri bim, bam bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Well, after we welcome Shabbat, we love to welcome guests. And sometimes guests can't make it here because of the situation we're in, where everybody's staying home, or they have to stay in the street, or you have to wait. But sometimes there's a knock at the door. There was a knock at the door, and who might be there? You know who's there. The Shabbatosaurus. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door. Knock, 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking on my door, and he wants to make Shabbat with me. First we light the candles, then we drink the wine, then we eat the challah. Challah tastes so fine. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to make Shabbat with me. And this is where I get a little confused. I think first we light the challah, then we eat the wine, then we eat a candle. Candles don't taste very good, do they? No. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to make Shabbat with me. It could be a girl dinosaur too, so it could be a she, of course. But maybe we have to untangle all of our wonderful things for Shabbat. So let's try to get it right. First, we light the candles, then we then we drink the wine, then we eat the challah. Challah tastes so great, or fine. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to make Shabbat, and he wants to make Shabbat, and she wants to make Shabbat with me. Well, Rabbi Gorman always does the Baruch Hu. It's the same melody, all this, called the Now You Baruch Hu, because we're going to sing Ya La La, and then I'm going to sing the call to worship, calling everybody to praise God. And then you're going to do the line that follows with your parents, which is Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Actually, it's Baruch Adonai and Barach Leolam Va'ed. Here we go. Da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Now you Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach. As I look out my window now, it's kind of cloudy. It's not as sunny as it was, and it's going to get dark tonight. And we acknowledge, we praise God for night and day, for all the stars, the sun, and the moon, all of it. And we do it with this beautiful prayer. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to last time. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Day, day turns to night. And even though it's getting dark, we're called by God to open up our eyes, see all the wonderful miracles of the world. A very wise man said, the world is filled with beautiful things, miracles every day in front of our eyes, but we take our little hands and we cover our little eyes and we sometimes say we don't see anything, but all we have to do is this. All we have to do is open up our eyes as we get ready for the Shema. Open up our eyes, teach us how to live. Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Gather us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Let's see that one. We will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shenkevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shenkevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Sing Shema now. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Wow. What a moment of feeling one. God is one, and when we're looking at each other, even through the screen, we're one. When we're with your family, you're all one together. When you're holding each other and hugging and embracing, when you're offering blessings to each other, we are one. That's the essence of everything we always try to teach on Tot Shabbat in every service we do. That there is a oneness about everything, and you are so important, because without you, I don't care if you're age 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, we couldn't be one together without you. You matter so much, and you are loved. Well, on to the next prayer. The next prayer is about how God saved our people at the Sea of Reeds. We were running for our lives, and there were people chasing us. And we were behind us was water, and in front of us were the people chasing us, and God went like this. And the waters parted, and our people ran to safety on dry land. And I know this is not the tune that you usually do, but I want to do it anyway because this is the tune we do in the school all the time. It goes like this. So we thank the God that redeemed us, that saved us from our dangerous situation of running away and trying to find a place to hide from people who wanted to hurt us. Well, there are all kinds of dangers in the world. Sometimes there's a danger at home where you slip down the stairs and you hurt your knee, or you cut yourself, or something like that. And guess what? Moms and dads are there to save you from the dangerous things in your life, just like God saved our people when we were facing danger as well. And I think that you should reach around and give your mom or dad or both a great big hug around the neck. Your moms, your dads, anybody who's helped you when you weren't safe, to make sure that you were. I think it's really, really an incredible thing. Now, we were escaping being slaves in Egypt, but we were on our way. We were on our way to Mount Sinai. And Mount Sinai is the place where we received the Torah from God. And the Torah tells us how important we are as Jews and our connection to God and how to live our daily lives. And so that's why we call it a tree of life. And so we hope that you'll be able to sing along at home as we sing Tree of Life, just like you do every week, every month at Tot Shabbat. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to them that will fast to it. All its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that will fast to it. All its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Real soft, it is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it. All its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it. All its supporters are happy. Go crazy now! Shalom, 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 shalom. Well, I wanted to tell you a story tonight. And the story is about our people a long time ago, our people lived together in peace, and they were ruled not by a Jewish king, but by an emperor. And this was one of those times in Jewish history where everybody seemed to get along. The leader of the Jewish community was a rabbi named Judah, and he was respected and loved not only in the Jewish community, but by everybody because he was so honest, and he was so smart. People came to him from all walks of life to find out the answers to the difficult questions of their lives. Sometimes the questions were, idea questions like, where's God? And sometimes they were like, well, how am I going to make a living and feed my family? And he helped everybody to the best of his ability, and he was loved. He was also loved in the non-Jewish community. And he was loved by the emperor, and they became good friends. They used to play chess together, and they used to take walks together. And one day, the rabbi said, there's a part of me that you don't really know anything about. I'd like you to come home to my home on Friday night for Shabbat dinner. Well, the emperor was thrilled to get this invitation. And the emperor dressed in his finest clothes, and one Friday night, just as it was getting dark, he walked over to the rabbi's home, which he was surprised was not big and fancy like the emperor's palace. It was a very simple home with only 2 rooms. And the rabbi had a wife, and he had 3 children. And the emperor sat at that table with the rabbi, his wife, and the 3 children. And his wife brought out dishes to eat, but the dishes that held the food were very plain and ordinary. And this is not what the emperor was used to. He was used to the finest plates and the most beautiful forks, knives, and spoons. And here everything was so simple, it was almost, not good enough for the emperor, and he wondered about that until he took his fork and he took his first bite of the first food, and he went, this is amazing. I've never had potatoes like this. And then they brought some chicken, and he said, I've never had chicken like this. And then they brought dessert, which was candied fruit. He said, I've never had fruit like this. How do you cook this food to it taste so wonderful? And the rabbi said, well, I can't answer because I don't prepare the food, but my wife does. Let me bring her out here. And his wife came out, and she heard the question. She said, we have a very special spice that we use only on Friday night. And the emperor says, I need this spice. I need to tell my cook about this spice. He said, well, I'm not sure you can get it, the wife said. She said, The spice is called Shabbat. And the emperor didn't hear the wife who said that you couldn't just grab it off of the spice rack at the market. The emperor went back and said, I want all of my meals to have this special spice. And so the cooks and chefs that served the emperor went to the rabbi's wife and they learned all the recipes and learned how to make it, but it didn't taste the same. It didn't quite taste, it was good, but it wasn't amazing the way the Shabbat dinner was. And finally the emperor, really in a bad mood, came back to the rabbi and said, why can't you give me the Shabbat spice? And the rabbi and his wife stood arm in arm and they said to the emperor, because Shabbat is not just the food, it's the entire atmosphere we create of joy, light, and happiness, and love. And the emperor said, wait a minute, if I have joy, light, happiness, and love, even if I don't have Shabbat, do you think my food will taste better? And they nodded yes. And the emperor found out that instead of having people stand at attention as his guards, that he brought his friends and his family to the big dining banquet table, and with light and joy and love. They didn't quite have the Shabbat spice, but it tasted pretty darn good. All of us who observe Shabbat, who have Shabbat dinner, who gather together, even if our food is simple, even if it's just a hamburger, even if it's a piece of pizza, having it together on Shabbat is as if you took a jar of Shabbat spice and you made it taste like the most amazing food in the world. My hope for you and your families is that you have Shabbat spice. And you only can have Shabbat spice by sitting down and having Shabbat dinner together with light, joy, faith, and love. And that's our story for tonight. So, let me see if I can do one more Shabbat song. And we're actually, getting toward the end of Tot Shabbat, so I hope that you're hungry. I hope if you haven't eaten dinner, I hope that you're going to have dinner, and it's going to be spiced with Shabbat. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Lehadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. We light the Sabbath light. Lehadlik Ner Shel Shabbat. We light the Sabbath lights. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Bori Peri Hagafen. We drink the Sabbath wine. Bori Peri Hagafen. We bless the Sabbath wine. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz. We bless the Sabbath bread. Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz. We bless the Sabbath bread called Challah. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. We sing Shabbat, we sing Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. So, with this beautiful joy in the air and love in the air with Shabbat and the meal coming and all the things going on in your life, even though many of us had to stay home and only being outside a little bit because it was cold or rainy or it wasn't safe to go out, I think every one of us is thankful to reach this Shabbat. This Shabbat is amazing. This Shabbat, today it was 80 degrees. I could smell all the flowers. I walked into the park and everything was so beautiful. And I'm healthy. My family, even though they live far away, they're healthy. And I hope that you're healthy too. And I hope that you're able to say to your mom, to your dad, to all the people who take care of you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And together we say to God, thank you so much for taking care of us as a people, taking care of us so that we can be safe and we can enjoy Shabbat. And maybe tonight your food will taste amazing because it will be seasoned with that spice called Shabbat. So I'm going to do two more songs. One is a song that you don't usually do. It's called Ma Yafeh Hayom, what a lovely day. That's all it is, Ma Yafeh Hayom, what a lovely day, Shabbat Shalom. And after that, we'll go back to the beginning and we'll sing our Bim Bam, okay? So, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Sway with your parents, or your brother, or your sister, or just sway yourself. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Last time. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. For me, one of the reasons that Shabbat is such a special day, a beautiful day, a Yafeh Hayom, is that you're here and we're together. I want to remind you something that I said at the beginning of Tot Shabbat today, that Rabbi Gorban had her baby. Yay! And the baby was 8 pounds, 8 ounces, which is pretty large for babies. I can imagine moms and dads and adults in the room all kind of nodding. 8 pounds, 8 ounces. That's a pretty substantially large baby. And do you remember the name of that baby? Because it doesn't have an English name, an American name. It has an Israeli name. Yuval. Yuval is actually related to the word jubilee, which is joyous. And shalev, which means to, in the big word is equanimity, to really be understanding of where we are in the world and how we fit in. So if you're happy and you know where you fit in, how could anything be better than that? So I'll say the first name and you say it after me. I'll say the second name and you say it after me. And after that, we'll sing Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom, and we'll say Shabbat Shalom as hopefully you were able to continue your Shabbat in your home. Yuval, Yuval. Shalev, Shalev. Ben, son of Harav Karen, Rabbi Karen. We're so happy for her. And we hope to have the opportunity to get together by the middle to the end of the summer and maybe even see this baby right up close. We don't know. We can only do that when it's safe for everybody. So whenever we can get together, we will. But maybe if Rabbi Gorban comes back to do Tot Shabbat, I'm sure you will see Yuval Shalev and be able to wave through the screen as well. So here we go. Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to do it slower. It's a little wistful right now. Wistful means a little bit sad because I'm going to be saying goodbye to you. But you should be happy because your Shabbat's going to continue long after I say goodbye tonight. Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Don't forget to clap. Shabbat shalom, clap. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. I wish all of you a Shabbat of light and love, peace and joy, togetherness, tolerance and patience when things don't go your way. I wish you all Shabbat, every meal that you eat in the next 25 hours is spiced with the amazing spice called Shabbat, and it tastes so special because you're with people who love you so much, who you love as well. So I'm going to say, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Everybody wave to me, please. Shabbat Shalom. See you next month.